What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new, thank you for joining. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys some tips and tricks on how to transition to a cleaner diet. For me, it has taken me some years to get to the plant-based / vegan diet that I'm currently on. And I know there are a lot of you guys out there who are either thinking about transitioning or maybe not even transitioning full-blown, but just want to be a little healthier and eat cleaner. Well, these tips that I'm about to share will definitely help you with that. So the first tip that I have is to ease into it. So I know it could be such a daunting task to transition to a whole new diet, especially when you're used to eating a certain way. So the process of elimination is definitely helpful with getting to whatever your goal is. For me, it was getting to a plant-based diet. So this is the order in which I would eliminate things. First is pork and beef. I didn't grow up eating those things, so fortunately for me, that was one less step. Then second is getting rid of turkey. For me at that time, I was eating turkey bacon, turkey burgers, sliced turkey, and whole turkey. After giving those up, then I eliminated chicken. When I tell you I couldn't see myself ever giving up chicken, like when I used to eat chicken, it was just my go-to. I definitely ate it almost every day, and I literally just couldn't imagine a diet without it. I used to have friends who were vegetarians or either pescatarians, and I just didn't understand how they did it. But eventually I was able to give up the chicken, and then after that, and what helped me to cope without chicken was relying heavily on seafood. And then after eliminating the seafood from your diet, you're officially a vegetarian. And then the next step is to eliminate the dairy. For me, I had already transitioned to healthier milks. It was more so the sweets. Like I love my tres leches, I love a cheesecake. A lot of the sweets and bakery items that I was eating had either milk or eggs in it. So it's really hard to give that up, but it's much easier now because we have so many vegan alternatives in the grocery store and bakeries. Almost everywhere you go, you can find a vegan alternative, even to sweets. So that helps me with that. And then after giving up dairy, I eliminated processed foods. That was the key thing that I needed to get to the plant-based diet, and that means I gave up all the mock cheeses, all the mock meats, the Beyond meat, the Impossible meat. I even stopped eating tofu. I try to stay away from soy-based products because it produces a lot of estrogen, and high levels of that is not healthy for us. Especially in women, it can cause fibroids and a bunch of other things. So I try to limit my soy consumption. So that's literally the process that I did to get to the plant-based diet that I'm on now. You can choose whatever is good for you. Some people don't want to go all the way to plant-based. That's totally fine. You can stop at pescatarian if that feels good for you. But for me, this works well, and I can attest to the fact that process of elimination gradually gets you to the diet that you're looking for. So it's not such a stark change, and it definitely helps with staying on track and cheating less. The second tip that I have is to plan out your meals. So the hardest part of eating clean is figuring out what am I gonna have for breakfast, especially if you have a busy day, you're in a rush, you're like, oh my God, I haven't eaten, I need lunch right now, what am I gonna eat? Sitting here trying to figure out, does that have dairy? Does this have cheese? Does this have meat? It's too much work. You kind of need something where you don't have to think and have things ready. So meal prepping and planning out your meals for the week is vital. For me, on Sundays, once I get all my groceries, I'll meal prep for 3 days. And then midweek, I'll do the rest of the week. And that way, each week I'll come up with maybe 2 or 3 options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and just throw in random snacks. My snacks are usually like a handful of nuts or fruit or things like that. So definitely planning out the meals takes the burden off of finding meals when you're really busy. It makes things very easy. It's a thoughtless process when you need the food, and it makes things much easier. You're less likely to cheat. The third tip I have is to swap out your staple products. So things like milk, butter, mayo, dressing, all those things you can swap out with vegan items. For your butter, they have vegan butter. I use the Earth Balance brand. For milks, you can definitely swap out and switch to a oat milk or some sort of a nut milk, almond milk, anything that you like, whichever is best for you. With the dressing, the only really big thing you have to stay away from is like the ranch, and now they have vegan ranch dressings that you can use. And with mayo, they have vegan mayo in most grocery stores. If you can't find it, you can always go to Target. I know for sure that they have it. So swapping out your staple items is helpful because you're using those items frequently. So having healthier options for those would definitely change things for you. The fourth tip I have is to veganize your favorite dishes. So I know some of you just love breakfast breakfast. You're like, I need my bacon, I need my eggs, I need my French toast. Life is just not the same without a regular American like breakfast. And for that, you can substitute almost everything that's in that. Personally, I've just been able to give it up. I've made peace with the fact that I'm just not gonna have a normal breakfast anymore. But you can definitely veganize that bad boy. For your French toast, you can literally just eliminate the eggs from it, and instead of using regular milk, you can use vegan milk. With the eggs, they now have vegan egg substitute. I haven't tried it, but it's definitely out there, and I've seen some people use it and they like it. And also, if you want like scrambled eggs, you can definitely use tofu and scramble it, put a little bit of nutritional yeast, and it'll give it that color so you feel like you have cheesy eggs. And then for your bacon, they have mock bacon. You have tofurkey and so many mock meat options for breakfast. So you can definitely get that feel of having a regular breakfast, but just make it vegan. And that's definitely a step to a healthier diet. Also, if you like your pastas and maybe you just miss like a creamy sauce, you can make cashew sauces now. They even make them already pre-made in the jar, so you don't have to spend that much time soaking your cashews and things overnight. So there's definitely vegan options for almost everything that you can imagine. Definitely making a list of your favorite ones and finding ways to veganize those would be a great start to getting you to a cleaner diet. So the fifth tip that I have is to do your research so that you have some sort of purpose and deeper meaning behind why you're doing that. That will definitely keep you more focused and motivated to keep up with it. For me personally, it was a health conscious decision. I feel like I have one temple. This body has to ride it out until I conk out, and I definitely want to do my best to take care of it in the best way and nourish it with healthy, nutritious food. Also, I've noticed I used to sometimes have weird unexplained pain, and it definitely was attributed to my diet. I've noticed since I've changed my diet, I don't really have pain often, and I've done research with like eating for your blood type and things like that, and for me personally, going to a vegetarian diet was best for me. So do your research, find out what works for you, what makes your body feel better, test out different diets and see what works, but definitely find a deeper reason on why you're doing it. It can't just be because it's trendy, because I want to lose 10 pounds real quick, because vegan is popping right now, let me just hop on this wave. Like, it definitely needs to be something important to you for you to stick it out and be consistent with it. The sixth tip that I have is to align yourself with like-minded individuals. That's so important because they help hold you accountable and kind of keep you focused and just act as a support system for you. For me, I am such a foodie. I'm telling you, if I see something that I'm not supposed to have in front of me, I will eat it. So having a lot of meat eaters around me definitely affects me. I'm more likely to cheat, and like I make an excuse for it, like, oh, life is short, just have it. Oh, this and this and that, just have it. So for me, it's helpful to have similar people around me just to share tips and tricks on how to power through it. When you're feeling a little weak, they keep you motivated and you're less likely to cheat, you know? And the last but most important tip is to be patient with yourself. This is not a sprint. It takes you however long it takes you. It's definitely a marathon. It's not something you have to just change overnight. It's okay to ease into it. It's okay to be into it and then have a slip up. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to you, I went away last weekend and I definitely had tres leches and I did not feel bad about it. Like, it's okay, we're humans, we're flawed. Sometimes you have those cravings. It's okay to cater to the craving, get it out of your system, and then get back going. It's okay, we're human, but definitely be gentle with yourself. Don't beat yourself up because you had a cheat or cheat day or cheat meal. It's totally fine as long as you just get back to it. And also for me, what helps me feel better is after I cheat, I usually do a detox, whether it's a juice detox or like a parasite cleanse or anything of that sort. Detoxes are always helpful anyway, just to do periodically throughout the year because sometimes we do cheat. But definitely if you feel so bad, like, hey, I've been doing good for 4 or 5 months and then I just cheated with this meal, do a detox, get it out of your system, and then continue. It's not the end of the world. So there we have it. Those are my tips on how to transition to a cleaner diet. I hope it was very helpful. If you haven't tried any of them, hopefully you can, and let me know if it works for you. If any of you aren't or weren't thinking about transitioning but now you are based on the video, definitely let me know how that goes. Leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notifications so you know whenever I upload a new video, and make sure you follow me on social media at It's Shay White on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. On Facebook, it's Shay White. And that is it for today, and I'll see you guys in my next video.